Hey guys, welcome to this video. Today I have a pick a card tarot reading for you on exactly what you need to hear right now. And if you've seen my other tarot reading videos, you know that I don't really do predictions. I read your energy. And so similarly here, we're just going to understand the energetics behind your situation, what you're going through and what you're feeling, so that you can have guidance on the best course of action moving forward. And so there's going to be advice, but not really predictions. There might be one or two because, well, you know, if you stick out a type of energy long enough, it does manifest. So there might be some in there. But yeah, if that's something you're interested in, stay tuned and keep on watching. In this reading, we're going to have 3 groups. Each group is represented by a crystal. The first group is rose quartz. The second is clear quartz. And the third is black obsidian. Now I invite you to take some deep breaths with me as you look at these 3 groups and just take notice of which one stands out to you, because this is your subconscious communicating to you. Breathe in and exhale. I know that your mind may try to confuse you, but I want you to stick with the first answer that came to you, the first pile that stood out to you, the one that your eye kept diverting back to. Your subconscious is connected to the collective unconscious. It knows the answer is beneath these piles. So go with the one that you know is right for you. When you have chosen the right group, you can look in the description below for the timestamps and click on the reading that applies to you, and I'll see you over there. The first reading that we have is for the rose quartz group. The first card says, answer the call. What is your soul calling you to do? And right in this moment, as you're being asked this question, what comes up in your mind? What is the first thing that pops up in your mind? And how do you feel about it? This may be something that you should contemplate on. The next card that you get is yes. It's a confirmation. Yes, just say yes. And I love this for you. So if you have been feeling called to do something, and with any sort of step towards expansion, there's always fear, right? There's fear and doubt in growth, because it's the unknown. And what this card is really confirming to you is that this is the right thing for you to be doing. If you feel fear or doubt, that's okay, but this is a yes from the universe. Move forward anyways. Move into the unknown, because that's the only place where growth can happen. Just say yes. And the last card, which I love, is the Age of Light. You've been training for this for lifetimes. So if you currently have an inner calling and you're afraid to embark on this path towards it, know that there's a reason why you feel this way. This pull towards it, this impulse and the intense desire and passion for it is real, it's valid, and it's there for a reason. You've been training for this for lifetimes. And, take this as you will. Maybe it's referring to previous lives, previous lifetimes. But this can also be your ancestors speaking through you. This could be a generational thing where it's part of your bloodline to want this thing that you want, to desire and feel the pull towards it. Just say yes, because it's for you. So these are the oracle messages, and I also pulled some tarot cards for you to further digest this and to see if there are any guidance or advice. So you have the Ten of Wands, which indicates burden and overwhelm. And so it looks like you're carrying a lot. It looks to me like you're feeling extra burden, and it's kind of hard for you to keep it all together right now. It's exhausting. And it looks to me like this is what's holding you back from really answering your calling. We can take, the castle as your calling, and you're trying to go there, but you're carrying all this weight that's slowing you down, that's making it difficult for you to move forward. And, with this, the only advice is to let down this burden like a backpack. Just drop it, because most likely what you're carrying isn't even yours to begin with. There's no reason for you to hold on to pressures from other people, from society, and to carry that as your own. This isn't yours to begin with, and it's okay to drop the burdens. Alright, with that you have the Strength card, which I love to see always, because this is a card in which we learn to merge our shadows. The lion represents our shadow side, the wild part of us that needs to be tamed. And this woman is compassionately, taming the lion, but through understanding and acceptance. And she is unconditional about it. She has an infinity sign above her. And this is sort of the approach that you have to take with your fears. Yes, know that this lion will be next to you as you embark on this calling. But, that's normal. And you can treat it with compassion, acknowledge that it's there, accept your shadow side, but still continue to move forward. There's nothing wrong with moving forward. And again, another card for integration, the Temperance card. This is the card of integration, like I said. You see how the angel is, pouring water from one cup to the other, and the angel also has 1 foot on land and 1 foot in water. So the angel is doing the work of integration, and similarly, as you go down this path that is meant for you and answer the call, you will be integrating different parts of yourself, primarily your shadow, which currently is showing up as fear, the fear that's holding you back. Well, as you choose to move forward, you will learn to integrate this fear into potential power and resilience. This also tells me there's a lot of peace awaiting you, stability, balance, and security. All of that awaits you once you integrate. Here's another card for security and stability. This is the Ten of Pentacles. Pentacles represent the earth element. spirit and material life. So to have 10, which signifies a completion, a full circle, to have 10 pentacles is, ultimate abundance, security, and stability. So whatever you're being called towards will bring you this. This is going to be the result of reaching and achieving your calling. This can also tell us that perhaps you'll get into a very stable relationship that is meant to last. Or perhaps you will heal certain family matters. So your family dynamic will also strengthen and feel more strong and firm and rooted. So I love to see that. I love how all of these cards are sort of, like they all sort of connect one onto the next, because after that, you got the World, which is the ultimate completion card. This is the last card of the major arcana, so it signifies an ending, but in the most beautiful way, like a resolution. Like you have done everything, you've achieved everything, and here you are. Yeah. So the calling will feel like this. It will feel like something that is it's everything. It is ultimate fulfillment and satisfaction. You have all of the elements here on each corner of the card, and you also have this circle which shows us a complete cycle, completion. So that's beautiful. This is something that is made to last, that will stay for a long time and give you a lot of fulfillment. And maybe you might also travel. It's another, this card also signifies that too. If you needed some more convincing on following your calling, well, here it is. This card, the Six of Cups, is all about a past connection. So if this is a person, then you've had a connection with them whether you know them or not. This could have been in a past life. It could be a very karmic thing that is happening right now because there was unfinished business, and right now it's coming back to be resolved. If it is, a creative calling or, a career pursuit, it could be that this is something that you've done before in, again, previous lifetimes or past generations. A part of you already knows this work. Like the Oracle card, you've been training for this for lifetimes. A part of you already knows what to do. You're familiar with this. And so you should just go for it because it will feel familiar. It will feel like you've been training for this for lifetimes. So I think just overall this entire reading has been very cohesive. Each of the cards were like they all tied together to confirm big things to you. The feeling of ultimate fulfillment, resolution, the confirmation that yes, this is something you should do, and also confirmation that you already know this, and there's a reason why you have this calling. It comes from previous lifetimes and past generations. So I hope this reading has been helpful. If it resonated, I'd love to hear about it in the comments below. The second reading is for the Clear Quartz group. First you have transformation. Things are changing at the cellular level deep healing. So know that if you're currently going through some difficulties either within your physical external reality or internally, emotionally, mentally, know that that's just the byproduct of intense deep healing. Things are happening at the cellular level. You know, they say memories are stored at the cellular level, and all of that is changing, shifting, transforming. So if you have been feeling discouraged with the intensity of what you're living through, know that it's all happening for a reason. The second card is called the crumbling. What are you clinging on to? This card reminds me of the Tower, which is in tarot, and it's all about releasing attachments and old patterns that are no longer working for you, breaking down the toxicity that used to be just the status quo. But right now you're starting to notice that it no longer serves you, and it's time to let it go. Time to let go of these mental, emotional, and physical attachments. What is it that you need to let go of? Give yourself some room and space to contemplate on this. These attachments may have to do with relationships and people in your life, because the last oracle message for you is boundaries. What do you need to establish? Where do you need to establish better boundaries? Are you overexerting yourself with certain people in your life? Are you losing track of what you really stand for? Are you confusing your values with other people's values? All of this is worth thinking about and considering. Establish stronger boundaries, but know that this can happen naturally once you decide to release attachments. And whether you like it or not, a lot of this is happening at the cellular level, at the subconscious level. So a lot of it you're probably not even noticing as you're going through it. You may be experiencing healing through your dreams. That's a possibility. And so allow for the process to just unfold, and know that something's happening here, and it's all happening for you. It's happening for you, not to you. I pulled some tarot cards to help us better understand this and to see if there's any other advice. Okay. So first we have the Death card, which makes total sense. Just like what we saw earlier, you're experiencing a crumbling, a crumbling of attachments, and the Death card is very much about this. It's when parts of you die off, and you shed old layers of yourself, old identities, and choose to move forward in a renewed way. This is letting go of the past, letting go of what no longer serves you, and transforming. You got the transformation card, right? So this fits right in. What needs to be released in order for you to move forward? What part of your identity is no longer serving you? And what sort of relationships, which relationships do you need to redefine? You know, despite all this deep healing, I like that you have a very intense, fiery energy about you at the moment. And this is actually very conducive to healing. This is the Knight of Wands. Knights are all the element of fire, and the wands also represent the element of fire. So you have double fire here, a lot of fire within you, which may lead to certain creative impulses and spontaneity and drive and passion. And I think all of that is good, just in, moderation, everything in moderation. Allow yourself to feel into this inner fire, because that's what's going to help you burn up the old, burn up what isn't serving you, burn up the attachments. And it's sort of like being a phoenix, You're letting everything burn to ashes and reviving yourself like a phoenix. This fire is good. And as I look at this, I'm reminded of yoga, and especially hatha yoga, where you're encouraged to build inner fire through certain asanas and pranayama practices. And this fire gives you the energy and willpower to keep going. So I really like that. I really like to see this here for you. You have the Seven of Swords here in reverse, which is great. I like that it's not upright. I like that it's reversed, because this shows me that you're taking your healing seriously. You're taking what's happening seriously. You're not trying to run away anymore. You're not trying to ignore it or avoid it. You know that you can't. There is no easy way out. There is no hack, no loophole when it comes to what you're going through. And so the best course of action is to just face it. Look at it dead on with your inner fire and push through it with your resilience, with your will. This is a step up in your mental and emotional maturity, and even spiritual maturity. You're not bypassing anything anymore, and that's so good. This is when you can do some legit shadow work and actually get somewhere in your healing and expansion of consciousness. And the result of doing all of that is victory. So that's awesome. This is the Six of Wands, again, fire energy, and it's the feeling of coming out victorious. This man just came back from a battle, and he's celebrating with his village. Everyone around him is proud of him, and they're cheering him on, and he's riding on his horse, feeling very proud, very victorious, strong, and just, he's even gloating, but in the best way possible. And yeah, this is like the feeling of getting a standing ovation. So know that this is coming, and you're on your way to something amazing. You're on your way to true expansion. I hope that this reading was helpful for you, that it was able to give you some clarity and guidance. If it resonated, let me know in the comments below. The third reading is for the Black Obsidian group. The first card you have carries a very soft energy, and the message is inner temple, devotion. Tune in to the portal of your heart. Did I say that correctly? Yeah. So that's the message. It's a very beautiful, soft energy, and it's inviting you to tap into your heart center. And I'm feeling called to tell you that maybe this is even a heart activation where you're releasing some stagnancy in the heart chakra, and you're feeling, an expansion, a lightness here. It's so beautiful when this happens, and it really is a huge step forward momentum in your spirituality. Receiving your heart activation and going deeper within yourself in this way poses so many shifts in perception that I'm just really excited for you. With that, you have the Council of Light, divine orchestration, helpers in the subtle realms. And if you've been looking to receive messages from guardian angels, spirit guides, and past loved ones, this is a sign that they are here and they've been speaking to you and sending guidance to you. This is a sign that they are helping you, assisting you towards your soul's destiny. So I love that, especially given, the theme of this video. It's so beautiful that you got this. And what these helpers want you to know is to trust your path. If you knew you would be supported, what would you do? Because you are supported, they're here for you. They're assisting you. They're assisting you energetically and in the subtle realms. And it's really just up to you to trust that, to tap into your heart, space of devotion, and have faith that you are being guided down your path to your soul's destiny. If you knew you would be supported, what would you do? And do that. Can you do that? Now I pulled some tarot cards to help us better understand the energetics of the situation. First, you have the Six of Swords, and that's also a very soft, calm energy. And I love to see that because this signifies spiritual healing, where you are moving from choppy waters to calmer shores. And notice how, this is you, by the way, notice how you are seated on this boat and someone is actually rowing the boat. You don't really have to do anything, and they're helping you to calmer shores. So you're being guided, in other words. Your helpers, are assisting you and helping you go towards calmer shores. There is a direction, and you're on the path in this direction. That's beautiful. And also, they want you to know that even though you may not see them, and sometimes you wonder if you're really hearing them or feeling them, there are people in physical reality that are embodying their messages and sharing them with you. there's no such thing as coincidence. There is only synchronicity. And when your energy clicks on a certain vibrational frequency, you meet the right people at the right time. And so know that the messages and guidance that you need to hear are coming through. They're coming through people that you already know that are in your life. They're coming through friends and family, loved ones. And so listen for certain messages that might just click for you and inspire you onto the right path, onto taking a certain type of action. Keep your ears perked for these sorts of messages. So earlier I got the sense that you're healing, and now I know why. We'll start with this card. You have the Five of Pentacles here, which is the feeling of a lack mentality, feeling of poverty, and that you're not worthy enough, you're not enough. You see these beggars, they're outside a church on a cold winter's day, and they could easily go inside and, seek out some warmth. They also have 5 pentacles right there, plastered on the window, but they're choosing to not see it, so they're remaining beggars, and they're left out in the cold. So this is the feeling of being an outsider. And I can see that all of this is, this was a karmic situation. You had to go through this for a reason, and you're finally receiving the justice that is your soul's destiny. You have closed off this karmic cycle of feeling lack, feeling not enough. You've learned the lesson here, and you've come to a sense of balance, of completion, and you're receiving justice. And that's just amazing. It's like the feeling of stepping into your sovereignty finally. And it's almost a feeling of integration, in the sense that you're going to be in such a place of balance, in neutrality and acceptance, that this feeling won't even register anymore, because it's just completely gone from your vocabulary and experience, and this will be the new default, which is incredible. And the very last card that you have tells us that you're experiencing an awakening, and this can be a spiritual awakening. It always starts as that, right? At the deepest core level, it is always a spiritual awakening that expands outwards and shows up physically. That's physical expansion. And I just want to tie this back to the inner temple card, the card of devotion in your heart chakra, because I feel like they're tied. The heart activation is such an intense form of awakening that helps you experience life in such a different way. Experientially, you'll feel that you're a lot more in your body, that you're able to enjoy silence in the present moment a lot more. So it's so peaceful that you have this in your spread. And another thing is, you may be waking up to previous things from the past that maybe you overlooked. And this could be certain people, friendships, relationships, other relationships. It could be all of the above, but it's an awakening, a reawakening, seeing things in a different light that you've never seen them before. And that's just powerful. So to sum it all up, I just want to say, focus on your heart center. If you're meditating, focus there. Of course, without expectations. Because the expectation itself will block you. What I mean is to just be there and enjoy the subtleness, the silence, the present awareness that is often found in the heart. And maybe you'll notice certain shifts in your perception the more you do this. You might notice, vibrations, tinglings, certain lightness, openness that happens, that so often happens. And yeah, just enjoy it. This is an awakening, and you're being guided, most importantly. If you're ever feeling doubtful, know that you are being guided. And let me know if it resonated in the comments below. So that's a wrap. Those were all 3 readings. It was such a pleasure, it was so enjoyable to deliver these messages to you, and I really hope that they were able to touch you on some level. Please do let me know how it went. It's always such a joy reading your comments and getting a feel of what you're going through. Thank you so much again. Thank you so much for being here. I am so blessed to have this beautiful community that continuously supports each other and sends love and light to each other. Yeah, thank you. And I'm sending so much love to you as well. Sending love and light. Hope you have a beautiful night. Good night. See you next time.